Here we go. Oh my god. Oh! How in the hell are you supposed to start a video about MrBeast's Squid Game? It has over 150 million views and over 150 million opinions. Many people are saying that he missed the point of the show. I think that they missed the point of MrBeast. Being the out-of-touch boomer that I am, I had a passing awareness of MrBeast. Is he a force for good or hashtag problematic? A lot of the hot takes were bad. If I have to listen to another Minecraft Steve ramble on about how MrBeast is God's greatest gift to the world, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. I wanted a deeper understanding of this man and his content, so I dove head first and was actually surprised with what I took away from it. Yar, here I go into the belly of the beast. Wee!
I'm gonna spend the next 50 hours buried alive in this coffin. Probably the dumbest thing I've ever done.
MrBeast does elaborate stunts and big cash giveaways. The formula is to take a really big number and tie that to a concept. It's easy to dismiss it as lowbrow baby garbage, but there's a method to the madness. They grab you immediately with some crazy challenge and high stakes that are constantly changing throughout the course of their fast-paced, chaotic, high-energy video.
So many crazy things have happened. Tags is currently kicking a field goal, Nolan is giving away money, Chris and Carl in corners, Chandler's playing video games. It's crazy. This is crazy.
Despite the stress, everyone is having fun, so even though it's gimmicky, I get the appeal. Watching someone go to a Best Buy and buying everything on the shelves is pure wish fulfillment fantasy. It's like being a kid in a candy store, and then you go outside and dare that kid to eat a bug for $5. Would you eat that bug for $5? No, I have candy. Would you eat that bug for $10? Okay. MrBeast, he's like Oprah, he's Santa, he's the giver from the giver. Stick him on a motorcycle and have him jump 1,000 briefcases filled with cash, and then see what people would do to get said cash. So why is this guy catching flack for doing a Squid Game when he not only has the blessings of the original creator,
I loved it,
but also isn't the only one ignoring the themes of the show and incorporating its aesthetics into his own commercial branding? His Squid Game is literally no different from anything else he's ever done. It's simply a coincidence that the most popular Netflix show had a gamified element to it, and also a deeper meaning that critiques the underlying nature of his content. Wow. I'm not concerned with that there is a disconnect between the themes of Squid Game and what MrBeast and crew did with it, but why?
Why?
Get ready for my big brain take, the philosophy of MrBeast. Principle 1, money is a meme. The whole channel is obsessed with money, from the titles to the text. The sheer absurdity of the amount of money and the frequency by which it's used, it loses all meaning and just becomes a number on the screen. There's a video where he takes $20,000 in pennies and lays them out in a giant pile. That's a lot of money, you might say. I could pay off my student loans, health insurance, rent, or you could do this. It's a perfect deconstruction. He has broken down and atomized the dollar to its bare essentials, as if to ask the audience, this thing we call money, what is it really? Why is it valuable? This is the engine that drives the world economy. Let's hit it with a brick.
I missed.
Principle number 2. Money is a meme because money is subservient to views. You can see this in the early days of MrBeast. Man's obsessed with the YouTube platform and its largest creator, PewDiePie. He did a bunch of gaming and variety content, essentially throwing stuff out there just to see what would stick. I'll admit there's a bit of a charm to it. He can be very self-deprecating at times.
Cringe. Wait, that's my thumbnail. Wait, I already used this joke.
He kept making videos until he found 2 avenues of success, putting himself through the gauntlet by counting to 100,000 or watching 10 hours straight of the holiday classic It's Everyday Bro, and also giving away sponsor money through acts of generosity.
It's about $10,000.
While you don't usually see YouTubers spending this kind of money, he isn't flexing his cash or his wealth, he is flexing content.
Where's my content?
This is the business model. Business model. First you get the views, then you get the money, then you get the woman. You get the woman the money so that you get the views.
But if I don't give it to you, I don't have a viral video.
So you're using me for views?
Yes.
So you use me for views and I get to pay off my mortgage?
Mm-hmm. I think it works out pretty well.
What an entrepreneur.
Business. This is how MrBeast built his brand and YouTube empire. He seems like a nice, generous, kind person who wants to do the right thing. What's wrong with that? Bye. Relax. I'm not gonna criticize MrBeast. directly. I've seen what happens. He's got a young and impressionable audience of beasties, also a bunch of YouTubers, who put him on a pedestal and slam anyone who dares speak ill of Jimmy. I don't think anybody is above criticism. Leave a comment below criticizing me. I just get a little weirded out around cults of personality. So remember, whenever anyone engages in mild criticism of your favorite content creator, just ask yourself, what would MrBeast do? He would be nice and give me $10,000. Some areas of interest were already covered by Philip DeFranco and Tiffany Ferg, and a conversation around the merits of philanthropy is a bit too broad for what I'm going for. So rather, I want to focus on
MrBeast is doing performative activism for publicity and clout. He's doing it for the tax breaks, and his videos are fake.
This kind of criticism boils down to the question, what is a true act of generosity? Do your intentions matter when it comes to that generosity? And at the end of the day, do those intentions matter to someone receiving that generosity? What do you think? I'd love to know. In my opinion, his intentions have been crystal clear. See Principle 2. But this presents an interesting conundrum and what I believe to be a limitation of MrBeast. As creative as some of his premises may be, it all exists within the YouTube paradigm, a social media platform driven by an algorithm. He's followed the rules of the game, so to speak, and has knocked it out of the park. But those rules don't exist in a vacuum. The YouTube algorithm isn't some mystery. There are very real people behind it who design it and determine what it do, and what it do can shape how content is created and how we engage with it.
What do you think YouTube wants? I think YouTube just wants people to click on a video and watch it. They want you to click, watch a video, click, watch a video, and just do that as long as possible. If people are clicking your video more than they click other videos and they're watching it longer than they watch other videos, that's like what YouTube wants, and I think that's how you just, be successful. Yes.
Seems to me that MrBeast doesn't concern himself with the larger context or systemic issues behind the platform he has dedicated his life to. All that matters is that people click and watch more videos. We need to keep them on this platform as long as humanly possible. A platform where your success is determined by getting more views and bigger numbers. All hail the big number. YouTube is all he's ever known, for better or for worse. So of course his Squid Game was going to turn out the way it did. Of course he wasn't going to adhere to the show's themes. Of course his content and his philanthropy is what it is. Jimmy Donaldson is a YouTuber and he's trying to do the right thing the only way he knows how. Sure, you could say his efforts don't contribute to real change, or they encourage a form of slacktivism, or that some of his business ventures seem to contradict his philanthropic efforts. He uses his platform to accrue more social capital by dangling rewards in front of his viewers, but then uses that platform to help others. He gave a homeless guy $10,000, which is probably more direct action than anybody watching this video. Does it solve or bring awareness to the issues surrounding homelessness? No, but he's just so damn nice. This is why it's so hard to criticize MrBeast, and I totally get people who are conflicted over him. The man represents an idealized hope at dealing with societal problems, and also represents the root of societal problems, things that the show Squid Game was commenting on, which added an extra layer of irony to his own Squid Game and created another chapter in our mind-numbing ongoing online discourse. For those saying it's a waste of money, may I remind you that both are large productions created for the purposes of entertainment. They are jobs that hired a lot of skilled workers, from set designers, camera crew, the VFX team, etc. Check out the behind the scenes for this, it's crazy. Now as for the labor practices and working conditions, that opens up a whole different can of set of worms.
All right, guys, we're pulling all night. Here we go.
And that's just the official behind the scenes. There's a video by YouTuber Matthew Beam where him and his crew are tasked by MrBeast to build the doll. And like they're rushing around, they have this crazy deadline. And I don't know if that's by design or not, because the whole video is shot like a MrBeast video. And my mind is being blown at how they are making content about how they are making content for MrBeast. Did he pay them in YouTube views? Is he literally paying them with exposure? Is that what YouTube is? Is this how he avoids paying taxes? Is he using tax loopholes by giving away money to his friends/co-workers? I just filled this Walmart with $1 million in cash that I avoided paying in taxes, and now I'm gonna blow it up. I don't think there's anything nefarious about him, but I've been wrong before. Speaking of prison, this video drew some ire. Why is MrBeast making light out of being a prisoner? A scathing indictment of the US criminal justice system is definitely something I'm expecting from the silly YouTube man and his silly YouTube friends and their silly videos aimed at children.
Also, prison might come across a lot more fun in this video than it actually is. Let me assure you, it's not fun. We're just idiots that can make anything look fun. Don't go to jail.
This is also why I don't care if some elements of his videos are staged. Hit the target, win $300,000, has a series of escalating cash prizes. It culminates in the end where Jimmy's boys each have one half-court shot and a chance to split $200,000. Lo and behold, the last guy hit the shot and they all had a big boy celebration. But my film brain went, hey, wait a minute. Given the way the scene is set up, they could have easily shot this in any order they wanted and changed the sequence afterwards, which is just fine by me because it makes for a more exciting story.
Editing, it's cool.
Eventually, they have to give away the money because otherwise they don't have the content, and without the content, they won't have any money to give away to begin with. Like, what do you want? Do you want a bunch of videos where he does a bunch of challenges and nobody wins? Sorry, nobody won. Nobody gets any money. The end. He would have been outed by now if he faked a bunch of his cash giveaways. So, it's okay. That's super annoying.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
What were the main takeaways from my MrBeast Odyssey? What does it all mean? I can see how Jimmy is a source of inspiration, not just through his charitable actions, but his work on YouTube. He has his joy for making bigger and better videos, always striving to improve his content. I don't know what else to say. It's what he loves to do. As someone who occasionally makes content stuff, just by listening to him in interviews and watching his own content, I definitely learn ways to be a better content person, a better content man. You don't have to replicate his exact style, but I'm always of the opinion that you can learn and grow with whatever you do. If something appeals to a lot of people, there's a reason why. And it's not because we're all stupid. Ideally, we should strive for a world where we don't need someone like a MrBeast. A singular, albeit benevolent person, given the power to bestow money in exchange for content. A world where we could still have fun challenges, like seeing how many Marios you can count to, without it seeming like a dystopian nightmare. Look, in this life, you aren't really entitled to much, but if you had the chance to take care of others, doing what you can for your community and your loved ones, even if it's just for content, I still think that's a commendable thing. Good job, Jimmy. Yeah, you did it. I can be your hero, baby. Anyway, that's it. That's the video.
Mentos fresh and full of life. Nothing gets to you. Staying fresh, staying cool. With Mentos fresh and full of life. Fresh goes better. Mentos freshness. Fresh goes better with Mentos. I'm losing my mind. Mentos, the fresh maker.